Hi, everyone. Remember me? Well, I'm back. We're going to take a further look at the ESP C tool and the rise of Rome. Last time we took apart the introduction to Rome. We were looking at advancement that supported the growth of the Roman Empire, what led to the growth of Roman Empire, and we looked at economic. Remember, that involves trade, industry, creation of wealth, things that led to the rise of the Roman Empire. Social, meaning how things within society, organized society, how people live in society. We looked at that for the rise of the Roman Empire. Then we looked at politics, government, how Rome got an emperor after having a republic. And finally, we looked at cultural, all different things that Rome did and their cultural inclusiveness, how they took cultures from other regions. Now, here's what you're going to do. We're going to take ESP C, but we're going to do it a little differently. We're going to do it with a text. Okay, it's kind of like a background text. I'm going to read it aloud to you. And while I'm reading, I want you to think about what's economic in what I'm reading. We're reading about the founding of Rome. Notice I say the founding of Rome because that's what's going on up here. You should follow these slides for this lesson. Look up top which time we're looking for. Excuse me. As I read it, you're going to write down economic, social, political, or cultural. Now, how are you going to write it down? Let's teach you how to do this. Let's say this is economic. It's not. You're going to go up top. You're going to go to highlight. Economic is red. You're going to highlight it red. If, let's say, it would be social, you'd highlight it bright blue. If it would be political, you got it, you'd highlight it bright yellow. And if it would be cultural, you'd highlight it bright green. Okay, you got this. Let's get rid of that highlighting, and I'm going to read to you. Founding, there is 753 to 625 before Common Era. According to Roman tradition, the city was created in the mid-8th century before Common Era, that's BCE, in ancient Italy in a region known as Etruria and Latium. Ancient legends celebrate the founding of Rome by Aeneas, a refugee from the Trojan War. However, hope you're following with my little cursor here, historical and archaeological meaning things that people left, like ruins and things. And by the way, if you ever don't know what a word means, dictionary.com, your new best friend. However, let's try the sentence again. However, historical and archaeological evidence indicates that the city-state was initially or first settled by a group of people who banded together in response to an Etruscan invasion. Historians are uncertain whether the city was founded in defense or as a result, meaning was it to defend themselves from the invasion, a result of being brought under Etruscan rule. Archaeological evidence points toward a period great change and potential unification around 600 before Common Era, which likely led to the establishment of Rome as a true city. In the beginning, the city-state of Rome was ruled by a single king. Okay, now what notes did you take? What did you write down that was economic? That was social? That was political? That was cultural? I'll give you a second to collect your thoughts. You could even pause the video and take as much time as you need. Well, if you continued playing the video, that means you're ready to follow along with me. Here I go. Okay, right at the top, I found cultural, and I highlighted it green because it was cultural. So according to Roman tradition, the city was created in the mid-8th century before Common Era in Italy, known as Etruria and Latium, and it comes from Aeneas, a refugee from the Trojan War. Now notice, when I wrote it down, I didn't just put in the words of the quote. I explained it, and I wrote the origins, the place where Rome came from. Actually, I didn't write it. Some really wonderful person for social studies at the city of New York wrote it, but this is how I would have written it. The origins of the city of Rome were told as part of a narrative. It's a tradition and includes legends that the city was founded by a war refugee named Aeneas. So this is part of the culture that's telling you the background, where this came from, okay? Now, I found another whole big chunk, and it's social. Because if you go back to the evidence about where it came from and who the people, social, how do I know this? Historians and archaeologists, they did archaeologists first, discovered evidence that Rome was settled as a city-state by people who fought against an invasion by the Etruscans who were brought together by the Etruscans. So now notice what I said. okay? Actually, notice what they said, okay? We don't use the exact words. We speak about it, okay? I bet you're getting the hang of this, right? Because you're going to find it for economic, how they use archaeological evidence, right, which leads to Rome as a city. Now, why is that economic? It's not. But notice they wonder if archaeology means how people got into communities. And if people are in communities and they're a city, that means they farmed and traded. So that's economic. So we can highlight it red. And finally, at the very end, it says in the beginning, the city state was ruled by a single king. Ding, ding. It involves a king. That means that there's political rulership. And if you want to put it all together, it can look like this. Notice they used different words. Okay. So when your teacher is going to send you to eventually write about the rise of the Roman Empire and speak about the economic and social and political and cultural events that led to that, you're not going to get upset. You'll be like, I know exactly what to do. You're going to highlight by color. You're going to work your way through. You're going to get all different things to work on your own, unless your teacher sends you to work with someone else. And it will eventually lead to this. And you know what you're doing because you know how to color code. You know how to break things down and explain what is economic. Remember, trade, money, social, how society is organized, political, government, how things are run, and cultural, people's ideas, customs, and social behavior. You got this. And if you don't, watch the clip again. No one says you can't watch a clip a few times. It's just you and your device, right? Watch it as many times as you need. Good luck.